So we move from Canada back to Europe, and we move into the Netherlands. I'm just going to see if he's there. I think he's there. Should be there. Yeah. We invite our other godbrother, who is an amazing Kirtanier as well, but spent many years from a young age with Srila Gurudev, and has served Srila Gurudev, Srila Bon Maharaj, went on tour with Ramabhadra Prabhu and Bon Maharaj. So I would like to invite our next guest, Ramabhadra Prabhu, Sriman Ramabhadra Prabhu from the Holy Land of Holland. Dandavat pranams.
Dandavat pranams, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. If not, let me know and I'll fine tune.
He can.
Agyanatimirandhasya gyananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaye Priyatmane Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namane Sri Krishna Lila Kathin Sudaksham Audharya Madhurya Gunesh Yuktam Varambarayam Parushmahantam Narayanam Tam Shirishanamam Tridandidam Bhakti Shiromrim Cha Shri Krishna Parapyati Dekaridi Chaitanya Rita Sara Saranam Narayanam Tam Saratam Prabhachyam Shakshat Haritvena Samasta Sastre Yuktastata Bhavyata Sabhi Kintu Prabhuya Privatasya Bande Guru Charanarvindam Vanchakalpatarubhya Kripasvindevaccha Paritanam Pamnibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. First of all, I'm offering my heartfelt and pranams, humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of my most beloved spiritual master and Diksha Shiksha Guru Padma Vishnupada Pramamsa Pari Brajagacharya Ashto Trusata Param Radhatama Guru Padma Tirandishama Shri Bhaktivedanta Sri Narayana Gosvami Maharaja, begging for his causeless mercy. Thereafter, I'm offering my Dandavat pranams to all my Shiksha Gurus who kindly and mercifully always guided me through this path, to all Vaishnavas and all Vaishnavis, all devotees, all guests. Please accept my Dandavat pranams, and also especially also to the Bhakti Zoom team that basically breaks the dam and keeps the nectar flowing, the Harikatha flowing. So please Dandavat pranams, everyone. Feeling on this very auspicious day, most auspicious day, feeling very grateful and fortunate to be here. Taking all of your association, even though I have no qualification whatsoever to speak about Srila Gurudev's glories and his pastimes. Still, the assembled devotees and Vaishnavas present here are actually very, very, very merciful to us. They're somehow, in a way, somehow they're engaging us in service so that we can, in a way, and somehow we can glorify Srila Gurudev. So. And also, it's the duty of it's the foremost duty of the disciple to glorify his guru on his Vyas Puja day. So, Dandavat pranams, everyone. So, we see in all scriptures, all Vedas, all Upanishads, they're glorifying the position of Sri Guru, the appearance of Sri Guru. So, like we sing every day and every time, Vedigai Jahara Charito. They sang all the scriptures. They sing of his glorious character, his wonderful character. So every offering that we do, every puja that we do, everything that we basically do, every song that we sing, we first start with Sri Guru, isn't it? Pratamam stu Guru pujam, tatasyaivam marchanam, kurvam siddhim avapnoti, hiyanita nishpalam bhavet. One who basically fails this approach is called nishpalam bhavet. It's fruitless. So we have to always approach Sri Guru. So therefore, even everything what we do, even in the songbook, we first start with Sri Guru. Even the very first chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, we start with the spiritual masters, the very first chapter. So in that specific chapter, there is a very beautiful shloka. Jive shakshat nahi tate guru chaitya rupe, shiksha guru hoy Krishna mahanta surupe. Because of the conditioned soul, he cannot directly perceive the presence, he cannot experience the presence of the super soul from within. He manifests in the external form of Sri Guru Padma. So we all witnessed how actually Gurudev came in our lives and appeared in front of us, instructing us, guiding us, giving so much shiksha to us and teaching us by his own perfect example as the Acharya. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. So throughout the days and actually many weeks now, right? We've discussed so many wonderful prayers and offerings and pushpanjali from so many devotees all around the world. It's wonderful to see how everything is going very, very nicely. Everyone is teaching, everyone is discussing his teaching and instruction, but most of all, you know, our personal encounters what we had with Srila Gurudev, it's quite amazing. Gurudev's glorification has no limit. There's no beginning, there's no end, right? It's like an endless ocean of nectar. You know, even 55 hours wouldn't be enough. Like Uddhav is praying, you know, in Bhagavatam, even if I would have a lifetime as long as Brahma, I would never be able to fully express my indebtedness to you, because you have appeared in two forms, the internal Guru and the external Guru. So very, very thankful to be here, and it's amazing how much Gurudev has actually done for us. His contribution is unparalleled. You know, it doesn't have any limit. So just starting here, I just want to take you back and discuss, present a little bit of my own personal encounters that I had with Srila Gurudev when I was, you know, a quite young boy. So I came in contact with Krishna consciousness when I was quite a young boy, probably around 10 or 11 years old. Through my mom, we actually went to ISKCON and we spent some time there. And actually, I remember the first time when I came into Hare Krishna temple, it was so amazing. Everyone dancing and dancing in the kirtan and playing mridanga. So that's really, really amazing. But somehow I felt an emptiness, because we know from Shastra we need a bona fide guru, right, to guide us. So somehow, in some way, I came in contact with the devotees of Srila Gurudev, because Gurudev used to come onwards from 96 every single year to Holland, and I used to you know, partake their association and go to their regular programs. And I'm speaking about 1998, 1999, something like that. So I used to, you know, go to the program from every single week. And I remember when I was coming there, I felt so, you know, I felt so amazing. And around that time, Sripad Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, who had just received sannyas in that specific year, he would also come and he would actually explain so many wonderful things in bhakti, and he would actually tell me, Gurudev is actually coming, right? Gurudev is coming to Holland, so you have to take initiation, take this chance, and don't waste it, take initiation, right? And actually, prior to Gurudev coming to Holland in those days, I would actually hear so many wonderful stories, wonderful stories. I remember from, maybe you know Damodar Prabhu, when Gurudev used to come to Holland, one of the first countries to visit, and he was staying in Damodar's Prabhu place. His place is located near the beach. So what Gurudev would actually go every day to a morning walk close to the beach, and he would see, because in Holland we have sand hills, the dunes, and we have the sea. So Gurudev would come there and he would see the sea, and he would say, oh wow, this is like the Ganga and the Jamuna, and he would see the sand hills, and he would remind us like, oh, this is like Govardhan, you know, like we say, Bhavat Vidya Bhagavatas Tirtam Bhutam Swambhibho Tirtik Kurmati Tirtani Swantastena Dutta Pratha. You know, the pure devotees, they take the holy places in their heart. The holy place is actually personified. So wherever they go, they take the time, they're taking the dham inside their heart. So wherever they go, they're never out of the dham. They're always in the dham. So I remember I didn't have any picture of Gurudev, you know, and somehow in an old pamphlet that I had, I found this very simple picture of Gurudev. Maybe you can see it. It's very, very old. It's very, you can't see it. It's a yellow piece of paper with Gurudev's print in black and white. And I decided to put this piece of paper on my altar, because I didn't have any picture of Gurudev. So I would actually offer prayers and pushpanjalis and flowers to Gurudev at this picture. So in some way, I accepted Srila Gurudev in my heart. It's like he's going to be my Gurudev, but I didn't have any picture of him. So finally, it came to the stage that Gurudev came to Holland in a very small village, very nice farm with a beautiful lake. And finally, I actually came there, and I was like, okay, where's Gurudev? Where's Gurudev? And I remember this very huge big hall, and Gurudev was actually staying not far from the hall. It's a very small cottage, like a very small house. And the curtains were actually closed. I actually remember Kishoriman Prabhu standing next to me, like lurking, peeking, taking a peek behind the curtains and saying, yeah, Gurudev is actually giving darshan with a few devotees inside, and that curtain is open, so you can actually have a look. So actually, I remember the first time I actually had a look, and there was Gurudev, very beautifully dressed in saffron cloth, you know, and my heart became completely overjoyed. So somehow, in some way, it was all arranged for us to take initiation, and I was supposed to actually take Harinam initiation, not Diksha initiation, but I ended up in a group with devotees taking Diksha initiation. So in some way, I took Harinam and Diksha both. I remember Prabhu telling me, like, I'm not supposed to take Diksha initiation. It's like, well, you know, Gurudev has other plans for you. So you're taking Harinam and Diksha right now. So by Gurudev's mercy, our whole family, my mom, my dad, my brother and me, we all took Harinam and Diksha initiation at the same time. So I actually remember me being in high school, and I was always thinking, okay, what should I do? What should I do for Gurudev? And everyone is always asking me, okay, you can actually write Gurudev a letter, right? Or you can actually email him. It's like, okay, what should I email him actually on? So I remember the Dutch government, they were they were sending letters for everyone's, like those who were passing away. What do you want to do with your organs, right? I guess this is almost everywhere. What do you do with your organs? Do you want to donate it to science or whatever? So I was thinking, okay, me being a very simple, small boy, a young boy, I was thinking, okay, what should I, what would Gurudev think of this? So I started to write him my first email. And I actually remember Gurudev, when I asked Gurudev this question, okay, are we actually allowed to donate our organs to, you know, after we pass away? Gurudev actually gave me an answer back, and he said, you know, of course, when I had a reply, my heart completely became overjoyed. And Gurudev, in that email, explaining me that everything that we do, everything everything that we do in the process of bhakti, you know, with body, mind, speech, sentiments, or our endeavors, is only meant for the pleasure of Krishna, for Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. So that includes even everything that we use, our organs, our heart, our muscles, everything is only for the pleasure of Hari, Guru, Vaishnava, right? But if you want to donate your organs, if you want to donate, you should only donate it to pure devotees. So in this way, Gurudev was actually giving the perfect answer on my question. So every time that Gurudev write me back, my heart always became completely overjoyed. I actually remember that when my parents were actually moving to another place. Well, they bought a new house, and we're asking Gurudev, okay, what is the most auspicious day to leave our house and to take to go to our new place? And Gurudev would actually say the day before Ekadasi, when you move from your old house, and that you can observe Ekadasi on your new house, that would be a most auspicious day. So I would always be so much overjoyed when Gurudev write me was always writing me back. So many things to tell. I actually remember during, oh sorry, something happened.
We can hear you.
Okay, because the screen just fell away. So I actually remember when we went to Germany. I guess it was somewhere in 2001 or in 2000. I think it was in 2001 when we actually went to Germany, and in some way, because I was engaged in high school, having so many exams, and they would some of the devotees would only go for a few days to see Gurudev. It's like, okay, let's go. I want to meet Srila Gurudev. I want to see Gurudev again. I remember being so much stressed out with my exams, but finally, when I actually got there and I saw Gurudev sitting down on the Vyasa Ashin, like everything just, fell away, and I, couldn't think of anyone else. Like, oh, Gurudev is here. That's all that matters. So on the next day, Gurudev would actually give a darshan, and I was always like, around that time, I was always trying to find out when Gurudev was giving his darshan, and but sometimes some devotees, by force, they would open the doors, right? So I think Pundarik or Madhava Maharaj or Brajnath Prabhu, they would close the door with a dhoti. They would just close it. And actually, I remember that I was waiting, and Gurudev would walk in the hallway, and he would actually see us through the glass, waiting for Gurudev. And Gurudev start to open the door, and he couldn't open the door because it was tight with the dhoti. And me looking at Gurudeva and Gurudeva looking at us, he started laughing, right? And so much love and affection was there for his devotees, because there's so much Gurudeva really wanted to meet with us. So somehow somebody took the dhoti away, and we had a beautiful darshan with Srila Gurudeva. So that was really, really nice. So, you know, throughout the years we had so many festivals, so many occasions to you know, to see him and to take darshan of him. I actually remember a very specific festival that we've had in Holland. So that was in 2005. It was that back then. It was called the Way of Love Festival, and it was like I think it was the first, one of the first European festivals we've had in Holland. So that was a big, massive amount of devotees coming over, and everyone was you know, getting responsibilities and duties. So my duty or responsibility was to pick up devotees from the airport with the bus, and to take guard of the property. You know, so prior to Srila Gurudev coming, prior to the programs when it started, Gurudev used to arrive a few days early, right? So I would actually take guard of the property and the place, together with Ramananda's little brother Atul. We were just actually sleeping there in the tent. It was a huge tent, and someone just had to stand guard to make sure nobody comes in and out before the programs actually started. So we actually just slept there for a few days, but Gurudev already came. So the next morning I kind of like overslept. I was still sleeping on the floor, and Gurudev was actually going for the morning walk. So I remember Gurudev I was still sleeping, and Gurudev was going for a morning walk. He actually came in the tent, and me and Atul, Ramananda's little brother, we were kind of like still sleeping. And I remember Madhav Maharaj shouting us our names, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And we just woke up. I was like, is this a dream, or is this, what's happening here? So I immediately woke up, and Gurudev actually came inside. It was like, what are you boys doing here? And we actually explained that we're just taking guard at the temple prior to your programs starting. So, and Gurudev was like, okay, no problem. And he would actually inspect the whole area, you know, if everything is right, and would advise the sound system, his vyasas, and he would advise, you know, how everything should actually be. So that was pretty amazing. So in that specific festival, I remember that I wanted to give Gurudeva a donation, but I didn't have any money, nothing. I didn't have anything in my pocket. It's like, oh, what should I do? What kind of donation can I give? I have no money. I have nothing to give, right? But somehow, in some way, the organizers of this festival, they approached me. It was like, oh, you stand at God, so we want to give you a donation. I was like, no, I don't want to have any donation. But it's like, married me, like, I don't have any money, so I can actually use that donation to give it to Gurudev, right? So I remember the next morning I had a darshan with Srila Gurudev, and I took that donation and I gave it to Gurudev as well, the donation. And it's like, oh, it's like Gurudev looking at me, and I just felt like Gurudev, he knew that what was going on, and he kind of somehow he arranged for that donation for me to give it to him, and he was actually very happy and very pleased with me. So in that festival, I was doing some service. I'm not sure how long I have still, about 5 minutes or 6 minutes. All right. So in that festival, 5 minutes. All right. So in that festival, I was sometimes doing some seva. Somehow, in some way, I was trying to do some seva. So there was a kitchen there, and somehow I just sneaked inside the kitchen and see, okay, what can I do? What service can I do? And I remember Vrinda Didi being there, Savitri Didi being there, the Dutch devotee that lives in Vrindavan. She was also there. Shashikala Didi, my god sister, she was also there. And they were all somehow engaged in service. And I was like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? And I remember that Savitri Didi gave me a broom. It's like, yeah, if you want, you can sweep the floor. This is what you can do. You can sweep the floor. It's like, yeah, I'm happy to do that. No worries. That's perfect for me. So I just start, you know, sweeping the floor, collecting all the dust, you know, put it in the bin, and also washing the pots. And I remember Mother Maharaj was still sleeping. Everyone was sleeping, just us. You know, we were just there. And out of nowhere, out of the blue, Gurudeva came inside the room, and he came in the kitchen looking at me and my god sister Shashikala, and he's like, okay, is prasadam ready? Who cooked? But nobody cooked because they were thinking Madhu Maharaj is cooking, and I guess Madhu Maharaj was thinking, oh, Shashikala was cooking. So it's like, Gurudev, nobody cooked. I'm really sorry. You know, I don't know what to do, and we can cook straight away, you know. And I remember me looking at Shashikala, I was like, but I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to cook. And Shashikala looked at me and was like, okay, I can cook very, very easily. And Guru was like, okay, call Madhu Maharaj. And Madhu Maharaj, he woke up, and then just within half an hour, he cooked like dal, sabji, 3 sabjis, very, very expertly. So before the festival finished, I had another darshan of Gurudev, and he actually told me something very amazing, because, you know, from my point of view, in my angle, I was always thinking like, okay, you know, this is a small thing that I'm doing, some service, you know, somehow I couldn't comprehend what I was doing. For me, it was like, I'm just doing as I'm told to, you know, because I'm just a small boy. And Gurudev actually came, he just called me in the front and was like, you know, I've been watching you since the beginning. How are you actually standing guard there? I've been watching you, how are you doing service in the kitchen and everything. I was like, I'm actually very, very pleased with that. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your time. And I'm actually very pleased to hear that. And I was like, wow, Guru actually remembered that. And actually he kept remembering me every single time I met him, even up to India when I went to Kartik for the first time. And I remember going into the room in Gopinath Bhavan, and Guru telling me, it's like, I still remember that little service you did there. And he told me, don't waste your time, be serious, be very, very serious. Do not waste your time. And then he's told me another amazing thing. He said, up till now, in all your previous life, you've been enjoying, you know, now you have to come, now you have come to me in this life. So, you know, just give this one life of yours to me and your life will be successful. And I remember my head was completely spinning and just, you know, going in all directions, the Guru saying that to me. So that was pretty amazing and pretty massive. So there are so many glorifications and so many things to tell, of course, and time is very, very limited. I just want to finish up with one little thing. I remember we had a beautiful darshan with Gurudeva. I guess it was also in Holland I think it was in 2003. And I remember me entering in the room, just sitting there, and there was this devotee asking questions to Srila Gurudeva. And sometimes maybe all of you have witnessed, Gurudeva would actually say like, oh, how are you? How are you? How are you doing? Is your bhajan sadhana going nicely? You know? And there was an American devotee there, and he was also telling him, oh, how are you doing? And it's like, oh yes, Gurudev, I'm doing well, but I'm not serving you personally. I'm not serving you in person. I'm just, you know, chanting my japa, trying to follow your instructions. And that time Gurudev said something very, very beautiful and very, very strong. Gurudev became very strong with him. It's like, you know, if you are chanting your rounds and if you are following my instructions, it means that you are directly serving me. You are directly serving me. No difference, he said, no difference. So that was so amazing how actually, you know, especially with this Bhakti Zoom meetings, and we just basically discussing everything that Gurudev narrated and discussing everything on Gurudev's instruction. His Vani is so important that by following actually his Vani, we are directly serving him. This is what I heard from Gurudev in person. That was pretty amazing. So I guess my time is up now. There are so many things to tell and so many stories to share. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm praying to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis to keep blessing me, that one day somehow and someday I can receive Gurudev's special mercy and realize the essence of his instructions. And like so many devotees spoke about today, to have this greed, to have this tatra laulyam apimunim ekalam janma kuti sukutina lapyate, this laulyam, this divine greed for Braj Prem by the mercy of the Vaishnava. So please bless me with that in and that would be that, you know, I would consider my life to be very, very successful. So thank you so much, everyone, and Dandavat Pranams. Vanchakal Vidrubhya Kripasin Devacha Paridhanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Hari Bol Dandavat.
Dandavat Pranams, Ramabhadra Prabhu. Thank you so much. Very inspiring, and actually this essence of seva, and what you described in doing seva, and how pleased Srila Gurudeva was with seva, even if it's the smallest amount of seva. Gurudev is so pleased with that, and I just wanted to just pick that up from what you said, and how important it was for Srila Gurudeva. And it's actually important for, I'm talking about myself here, but how important it is for me to reciprocate what he's given to me. I know I can't reciprocate much, but if I can endeavor and try to do a little bit of seva, I know that I can grow in bhakti. So thank you for that.